Hello, everyone. This is Will.
This is Alex.
And, man, welcome to, another episode, man, of They Mostly Come Out at Night.
You dig?
Man.
Mostly. Man.
Man, mostly. Jesus Christ.
Whoa.
Jesus
Whoa, man.
Christ.
Whoa, man. Dude.
Jesus
Man.
Christ.
That's dope.
Yo, man.
Yo, man.
We're just driving around, looking for something,
We're just looking for some, man. The eye in the sky, man.
Man. The blinking eye in the sky told me to just drive around, man.
Blinking eye in the sky told me to make a piece of shit movie, man.
So much hate in the world. Why don't I add a movie to make y'all hate it? Man. You dig?
This movie stopped Vietnam. Did you know that? I did.
I didn't.
This movie stopped segregation.
Mm-hmm. This movie is a
Stopped my brain.
This movie is a cure-all, okay?
Unfortunately, this movie did not stop my hatred.
Oh, I think it fueled my hatred for these kind of movies. It had...
So, the movie is called JC.
Get it, man?
Man.
Get it?
1972. JC stands for Jesus Christ. So, Easy Rider comes out in 1969, and in its wake, you have hundreds and hundreds of god-awful biker movies about, yeah, man, we're just riding around, man. Millions of biker movies.
I think this one takes the cake, though.
This is one of them.
I've seen some bad ones, but
this is one of them. 3 years after the fact, this piece of shit made JC.
Jesus Christ.
He wrote it, directed it, and stars as JC.
I just have one question for this man. Did he actually believe it? You were asking that at the end of the film.
Is he a true believer?
Is he a true believer, or was he just making it as a commentary?
I don't know what it is, but it's not blasphemous enough for me.
I don't even know where to start with this film. I really don't. There's just... nothing happens.
Shit-stained whitey tighties.
Yeah, we can describe the first part where he has his vision.
15 minutes?
Yeah, the first 15 minutes before the opening credits. You have to get through 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's like a Bond movie, Will. You have your opening action that doesn't relate to the rest of the movie, right? Except that by action, I mean a vision.
You mean nothing happens?
And shit-stained whitey tighties.
Yeah, you mean some guy gets mad at a job that he gets fired for. They look at a pot plant for a while, and then...
They film through the pot plant.
And then his girlfriend goes off with his best friend to do... I don't even
to go to the welfare office.
To go to the welfare office, and then he...
Is that supposed to be a commentary?
Then he just has a vision, and then his girlfriend comes back, they make out, and she says, make love to me, and then it zooms in on his shitty whitey tighties.
Okay, so...
That's all the intro is.
So, JC works at a construction site thing.
Yeah.
And he's talking to some black guy there, and he starts smoking weed with him. And this scene is, I'm saying it right now, ad-libbed.
And guess what?
Because they're smoking weed, and let's play out the scene.
And you'll never guess what job he's doing.
Yeah.
JC Powers is a carpenter.
Whoa.
What?
Whoa, man.
Whoa, man.
Man. Yeah, they get high for like 5 fucking minutes. It's an ad-lib, and they're just like, yeah, man. It's so funny, man.
Yeah, whistle, man. Whistle, man.
Yeah, man. Whistle.
Whistle,
yeah,
man. Yeah.
Whistle.
Like, seriously, it's two people that have no idea how to ad-lib, ad-libbing.
If I would almost guess that they were legitimately getting fucking baked.
I don't know how they couldn't be.
Yeah.
It is the most incoherent garbage conversation ever. They just repeat whatever they just said.
And his manager is like a redneck, over-the-top redneck, who hates him. So he comes up to him and like bitches him out, and then he goes home.
I wrote down some things that he said.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So he comes over and he's like,
hold on, what?
Get back to work. And the JC is like, peace, man.
Yeah.
yo, peace, man.
Peace, bruh.
Bro, man, calm down. And then, like, Nate goes back to him with his girlfriend, and he's all upset because he lost his job.
She's talking to him through a pot plant.
They're both looking at a pot plant.
Yes, and it films through the plant. And she's like, look at this. Look at our baby. She brings the pot plant over. And they start talking, and she says that it's a girl.
But he says it's a guy.
He says it's a guy.
JC
Jesus is...
a cultivator.
He's a heteronormative piece of shit.
Yeah.
Apparently. I didn't know pot plants have genders either.
I think we should also talk about, this is where the problem comes in. When it shows him with his manager, this is where the mic problem comes in.
Problem?
I
That's
would
not
say
a problem.
it's a problem.
Nope.
Yeah, it's
Not a
definitely
problem. I don't know
a
what you're
problem.
talking about.
It's definitely a problem.
Best part of the movie.
There's definitely a lot, and I
There are about 7 scenes where you see the microphone.
the mic is visible.
Very, very visible. We're not talking like a little. It's visible through the whole fucking scene.
Like, they didn't even fucking try to get it out of the scene.
But keep in mind, even with the visible mics, the audio is still complete garbage.
They couldn't have zoomed in just a little bit to not show the mic.
Nope. They were looking through the camera, presumably, and they could not see it.
You know what's
but maybe
funny?
there wasn't.
In some of the shots, it isn't visible, and then it slowly cranes down. So
Yeah.
I wonder if, like,
And you see it like switching positions. To,
yeah,
like, point
it'll like point to which actor.
which fucking actor is currently ad-libbing, and he has to like keep up with who the fuck is talking bullshit.
I'm almost convinced that this guy didn't even write the script. He was just like, you know what? Let's all get high and just say whatever the fuck we want.
Should I name and shame? William F. McGaha.
Can go fuck himself.
Mm-hmm.
This movie is garbage.
What's funny is in the credits he's listed. Okay, as director he is listed as William F. McGaha, but in the film credits
He's Bill McGaha.
he is Bill McGaha. I would not notice.
Bill McGaha.
But thankfully, due to the magic of a thing called the internet, I know you. I know you, motherfucker. And we'll find you for making this movie.
Ah, man, we just like.
So, let's continue with our Jesus.
Okay.
Intro Jesus Odyssey.
All right. So
So-
then it shows him like he's getting mad and
Well, no, it cuts back to her, his girlfriend thing. Is that like the welfare office with the black guy from earlier?
yeah, they're talking in line.
Yeah.
And they're concerned about JC because he keeps having these weird visions, and then it cuts back to JC.
Taking a shit.
Yeah, he's taking a shit and looking at the newspaper.
And the newspaper is full of horrible things.
And he's just like driving himself crazy.
Unemployment is up. A black kid got beat up by the cops, and
Crime is running rampant.
crime is rampant. And he's reading all this and getting very
upset. Oh man, he's upset.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anyone gets a little upset with a lot of bad news, right? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense, but
I think that scene's a metaphor. It's a metaphor for what happened to us. Because Jesus is taking a shit.
and this movie takes the biggest shit I think I've ever seen.
All over us and our non-existent expectations.
They were already low. My
I told you.
God, they were lower.
I just knew this is a
Lowered.
movie, a biker movie about Jesus. That's already 2 strikes for me. Well, there were more strikes to be had.
I will go as far to say no. I'll save this until the end. Okay. No, I'll say my hatred.
Okay,
for
so
this
he takes a
movie until
shit,
the end.
and then it cuts back to them at the office, and then it cuts to him. He's like lounging on his bed in whitey tighties.
Like dirty whitey tighties.
Oh no, you don't see the full dirt until
No, you see his crotch,
yes,
and it's like fucking dirty already.
you see a lot of his crotch. Excuse me.
It almost looks soiled already, but we'll get to... So,
you think JC wipes will?
he's like getting high on his bed.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh yeah, it shows him fucking wrapping the goddamn thing for like 5 fucking minutes.
yeah, like licking his fingers and
Good
everything,
Lord.
and then like
Yeah.
rolling it finally. This is the first not 5 minutes, 15 minutes of the film. This is the first 15 minutes.
Then he eventually like passes out and starts having a vision.
a weird vision where he's like looking through pot leaves and two girls are there.
Well, Will, in the vision, he is actually Jesus.
Yeah, because he has the crown
Yes,
of thorns.
and he's like on chains, kind of looking up at like something.
And there's like these weird saws in the room.
Yeah.
And
And eventually he's like holding an apple, kind of like Adam and Eve. But he's holding an apple and there's two women in front of him. And he holds out the apple and the two women take a bite of the apple.
yeah, together.
Together at the same time.
You know, like
What?
I don't know.
What's it mean, Will?
I think it's some weird metaphor that this is like the second coming of Christ, and this is somehow a vision he had that awakens him,
Excuse me, Will.
like coming out of the cave. That
Eve.
he's like
Eve is a lesbian.
apparently because there's no Adam.
But I assure you, none of this goes anywhere.
No, so
If you thought this was going to get wacky, well, I'm sorry.
it doesn't get
It doesn't.
wacky. I won't disillusion you. It just gets worse from here.
It's not blasphemous enough for me.
There's no
So
blasphemy.
it gets a big fucking fail from me.
This is the
So
biggest fail.
in the middle of his vision, the woman thing, whatever, comes in and starts like trying to have sex with him.
Well, no, he like freaks out and he's like, like rocking back and forth
Yeah.
and like he's like having this apparently just terrible vision.
Yeah, because he keeps having the vision, and you keep hearing her like talking to him, like, "I love you so much. You're so amazing. You found me and you saved me, and I was nothing before you. And
I
please
don't know what I'd do without
make
you.
love to me."
I'm scared about how
Yeah.
much I love you. Make love to me. And then
And
he rolls
eventually-
over.
He finally gives in to the love making, I guess. Even though earlier in the movie when she's like,
He
"Oh,
said-
I can help you with that,"
He was like, "Don't touch me."
don't touch me, because he's celibate, because he's Jesus. I don't fucking know. Whatever. So eventually he rolls over to fuck her, and he's got shit stains,
On his whitey tighties.
and then the credits roll.
So
Again,
literally,
metaphors.
right before the credits, we get a rare scene of what this movie actually is: a giant shit stain.
There should have been a shit stain on the film print.
There should have been. I wonder if the the poster for the movie is just the dirty tidy whities.
That's all it should be.
It's like a skid mark on fucking... Like, I've seen some bad movies, but this is one of the worst.
So yeah, the credits roll, and this is kind of where I stopped taking notes.
And it shows, like, JC. And then we get a bunch of shots of just bikers, like, on the road. And then a few shots of the camera car. Because,
Yes,
you know,
you
that's...
can see it in the corner.
You can also see it filming from... You see, like, like a slight trunk of a car
Yeah.
as well.
Shocking.
What? You mean they messed up on this movie? No way.
Yeah, they would
No
never
way.
fuck
They
something up
wouldn't, man.
on this movie. And can I just say, because nothing else happens, action. What does the word action mean to you, Will?
Let me define it real quick
Please.
for you. Let me define the word action.
Because I've seen like John Wick and things like that, and I thought those were action movies, but apparently I didn't know what an action movie was before I saw this.
Alright, well,
Are you struggling?
I'm struggling because it's technically an action movie if you're going by the sheer definition of action.
Yes.
But that is the baseline.
That's
So,
what I want.
action, the fact or process of doing something, typically to achieve an aim.
Wow. Is this an action movie?
As far as something happening to achieve some sort of weird aim, no.
Wow.
No.
Shocking.
I don't get it. I don't get the message. I don't get the aim. There's nothing
You don't
happens.
get the message? Look, the message, man, is that they don't want to have goals, man. They just want to ride around and they want to look for something, man.
So let me give you a nutshell version of this movie. After the credits, of course. After the opening credits. So they drive around. They go back to Jesus. I'm just gonna give you a nutshell version because I don't care about explaining all the extra scenes.
Well, we kind of stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, we stopped caring. So at this point, it's literally gonna be me giving a nutshell version, and then us just spouting hatred about this movie.
About the things that annoyed us. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so here we go. JC wants to go back to his hometown, and they
Why?
go because he has a vision, and he's a reborn. Like he thinks he's the second coming of Jesus Christ, right? He sees the giant blinking eye in the sky.
Mm-hmm.
Gives like his bikers become his congregation, and he's like,
Very easily.
we gotta spread love, we gotta spread all this stuff, we gotta spread like positivity and acceptance and all this shit. And then so they go back to JC's hometown. They go to his sister's house. She lets them stay there. They have a black person with them, so the town doesn't. Yeah, two black people with them, so the town doesn't like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so the sister is like reluctant to let them stay, but lets them stay anyway because this is her brother, and everything's happy until the sheriff catches wind. They have a black guy with them, a black man and a black woman with them, and so they decide to go cause some trouble. They go up to JC. JC almost gets in a fight with one of the deputy, and
A deputy. It's a local.
well, he's the sheriff's whatever.
Something.
Like yeah.
Yeah.
But so they go back. Nothing happens. JC gives this long, blown out monologue about how they're not doing anything wrong and how they're just looking for something. But we'll get to that because that's one of my main complaints about the film. So, eventually, the black guy just rides into town, gets captured by the sheriff.
They beat the shit out of him.
They beat the shit out of him.
Message.
Call him the N-word a bunch of times.
And call them, I'll just say it, they call them nigger lovers over and over.
Yeah.
Because they have two black people in their group. And, like, they're playing it off like the sheriffs are horrible assholes, which...
Right.
In the logic of the movie, yeah, they are.
And he gets captured. He gets the shit beat out of him. JC plans to go rescue him. They cause a riot in the streets. The townspeople shoot a bunch of the motorcyclists. The motorcyclists take down two people with a rope. And then they shoot the black guy. And then JC kills the deputy guy or whatever he is. And then JC goes back to his sisters, tells the other bikers to leave, and then he tries to get them to follow his congregation, saying he'll heal all of them by touching them on the head and absolving their sins. Drives towards them, he gets shot, and then dies. The end.
Well, when the fuck did he say he would heal them by touching them on the head?
Did you miss that part?
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah, remember when he was raising his arms up and
I remember him singing.
Yeah, he said, I'll raise my arms up and I'll put my hand on your head and absolve your sin. This is actually what happened. Okay. I'll absolve your sins.
He's gonna cure their racism by touching them on the head. Okay.
Apparently.
Logical.
So they shoot him, and then the movie ends. With the sister like, why did you do this? Why? So that's nutshell version. Yeah. So let's get into what we didn't like about the movie, which is the whole goddamn thing.
Every goddamn thing. And like I don't know. I can make a better movie than this.
Okay, this movie is an hour and 39 minutes long, right?
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed 0 minutes of this film.
Yeah.
I literally did not enjoy a single iota of a scene of this film. I hated everything that was going on.
Yeah.
I didn't get where they were trying to go, except for trying to be another biker schlock film. Mm-hmm. Trying to be Easy Rider, but failing terribly at it.
Yes.
I don't know, like, it tried to show racism, which is fine, but they did it in a totally wrong way.
I had 4 strikes for this movie.
Okay.
4 huge strikes. achieved all of them. There is hippie shit, biker shit, religious shit, and redneck shit.
Mm-hmm.
All in one package.
Now, I'm all for a movie that kind of, shows, like, I'm all for a movie that tries to, like, be like, racism is bad. Like, this is a bad thing that's going on. Like, this is... Because I think racism is bad.
Okay, but Will...
but this is the wrong way to do it.
Okay, so, but Will... Let's say, hypothetically, you were making a Racism is Bad movie. Would you then have a scene in your Racism is Bad movie where the black guy talks about putting a voodoo curse on somebody out of nowhere?
No, that's the wrong way to do it.
Interesting. Fascinating, Will. Are you saying this movie is just like a bunch of fucking stereotypes?
Pretty much, yeah. Redneck stereotypes, biker stereotypes. Every stereotype under the sun.
Fascinating, yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, I don't even know. This one is, it's special. And the fact that it's going on, like, my, like, worst movies of all time.
This goes straight to the bottom. Straight in.
It's that bad. Like, I can't stress enough how bad this film is.
We wanted to turn it off.
We wanted to. I should have.
Nothing happened.
No.
I mean, I guess you would have missed the riveting biker showdown. Okay.
What about the 20 minutes where he explains to his sister how they're, like, riding around and
he mentions
they're not causing any trouble? And
4 times he mentions it.
Yeah.
As he's drinking a seemingly never-ending glass of iced tea.
Of lemonade.
Yeah, lemonade.
And
when I say never-ending, I mean never fucking ending.
And he just keeps talking about how they're just riding around
and they're not a danger to anyone.
They're not a danger to anyone. And she's like, well, if you see all this hatred, why don't you do something about it? And he's like,
man,
we can't do anything about it, man.
We're doing it our own way.
We're just looking for something.
And they can't control us, and that's why the man hates us. Fucking no. I just, every moment of this movie, I kept thinking to myself, stop.
Yeah.
Just stop.
Just quit.
Just
please.
Quit it.
Please.
Quit the music. Quit the awful fucking man acting. Quit it all.
Quit the stupid, stereotypically, like, stupid biker that has to pull out his guitar at every single moment.
God.
And sing a goddamn song about what's going on.
One of the bikers has a guitar, and random scenes, he'll just pull it out and be playing, like, a song. And we gotta watch the whole fucking thing.
You know what I'd rather watch than that fucker pulling out a guitar, like, 7 times during the movie and singing a stupid two lines of a verse of a song?
What would you
say? I would rather take the fucking scene in Zat where the guy picks up the guitar and they start walking into the jail.
Bold statement.
I'm serious.
Funny, because this movie also has hippies.
Yes.
And a jail.
Yeah.
How fascinating.
And racism.
Mm-hmm.
This movie has everything Zat did, and somehow Zat is better. And
Zat had 3 strikes. Zat did not have the bikers. This has the bikers. So that's 4 strikes. Automatically, this movie is worse. But even the biker shit is like...
It's like, pick a theme and stay with it.
No.
Stop jumping all over the place.
Mm-mm.
And, like, being, like, this hippie bullshit, the biker bullshit. Like, you know, racism is bad. Like, just pick one.
What do you think? Did the director believe this? Was he, like, a true believer?
I don't know. Like... It's weird how also, like, the sheriff and everything, like, they're trying to show they're, like, bad people, but, like, they call him, like, every racial slur in the book.
Yes.
Like, the N-word, they call him, like, boy, they call him, like, everything.
Yep.
Just in one sentence sometimes.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
Just, like, the same, like, it's, like...
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't even show, like, it's kind of funny, because it's kind of like some scenes they're trying to show... Like, this is bad. This is really bad what's happening to these people and all this stuff. But then, like, other scenes, it'll... Like, the voodoo scene and, like, the freaking...
I'll cast a voodoo curse on you.
Yeah, like, they just... They just kick themselves in their own ass. It's like if you wanted to be a anti-racism movie, then just focus on that.
Because this movie's written and directed by a fucking hack.
Like,
That's why. Who doesn't...
I'm all for a lot of themes in a film, but only if you do it correctly.
Or would you rather have a movie that does many themes and does none of them correctly? Not one.
I'd rather take the film that has many themes and does it correctly.
Not a single one.
No.
This movie has many themes, and it fails at all of them, except for the shit-stained whitey tighties.
Which is what this movie should be called.
All you get.
Shit stain.
I don't know. Like, what about that scene where you thought it was going to lead to something, but it didn't? One of the bikers tries to rape JC's sister. Remember?
Oh yeah.
Did you block that out of your head?
Yes, a little bit, and then JC
So,
tackles him.
He tackles him and like, kind of, like, fucking goes apeshit on him, and then I'm not kidding. Like, 2 minutes later, that same guy comes up to the sister, and she's like laying on the grass, and he lays down next to her and starts like petting her head,
and
he's
she's
like,
totally fine with it.
he's like, you have to understand, we take what we want. When we see it, we take it, and they immediately start making out.
Yeah.
Immediately.
And we're presumed to think they actually do have sex, even
Yes.
though literally, not just in the film 2 minutes earlier, in the the continuity of the film, like that day.
Yes, that
like
day.
If it was real life, that day 2 minutes earlier, he just tried to rape her
in the same yard that he tried to rape her in, and all you have to do is pet her a little bit and tell her that you just take what you want.
Which, in my opinion, is creepier.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, we take what we want. Like,
some fucking, like, Jesus cult comes to, take what we want.
That's what this movie is. They tried to go for everything, and it's just a cult movie. Just a movie about a crazy motorcycle cult that comes into a town. And it's a racist town and all this stuff, and it's bad.
Well, that's
and, they're ignorant, and, okay, yeah. But the bikers, could have just gotten out of town.
No. Nope.
They could have just been like, man, this town is too racist. And
this town's too square, man.
This town is too racist. They're too backwards.
Dig it, man.
Dig it, man. Let's just move on.
No, they couldn't.
No, they had to stay there.
Well, if they didn't stay there, we wouldn't have had the amazing finale.
If you can call it amazing, I guess, if you want to.
Well, for some reason, a bunch of locals, when they're breaking out the black guy who's locked up in the prison, a bunch of locals get together with the sheriff with guns,
right,
to face the bikers, and the bikers tie up ropes among the bikes.
Now, before this, the sheriff also mentions that they don't have to kill them.
They specifically say, don't kill them unless you have to.
You can knock them off their bikes and then take them to jail.
Because if you kill them, the whole press will be on us tomorrow from all over the country. Now, the bikers tie up ropes to their bikes, and they run over the crowd through the power of shitty editing. Very shitty editing. You never see, I'm not kidding, you never see the rope doing anything. You just cut to the sheriff laying on the ground awkwardly.
With one other guy. And 3 people just standing on top of him. Because they somehow didn't get affected by the rope. And then apparently, these people that live in this town have a problem listening because they immediately just start shooting these guys right off their motorcycles. Just immediately. Just
one of them has a
all
shotgun.
Alright, fuck it. You know,
he has a fucking shotgun, just shoots one. And he falls off, and then you, barely see anything. You just see a window breaking, remember?
Yeah, and then the other one, he, shoots him, and, the biker falls off, but, it just shows him, leaning back, and then it shows a bike, flipping. It shows a bike, flipping in the middle of a street, and then it lights on fire all of a sudden.
Well, it doesn't even show it lighting on fire. It just shows a bike already on fire. Lazy. Lazy as fuck.
What I don't get is the sheriff even said, we can't cause a scene here, we need to capture them, and the villagers are just they used a rope, those fuckers are gonna die.
I'm guessing they didn't show it. I think he's dead.
The sheriff?
Because you never see him again.
That is true. I didn't think about that.
They just... So I'm guessing we're supposed to assume he's dead, but the editing is so good that, it made it very clear.
They're still rolling around on the ground after the scene, though, so how can he be dead?
I don't know. Well, don't forget, later on, when he rides through the street again, there's, one dead body in the road.
Yeah.
So the sheriff, apparently, once he, quote-unquote, dies, he just, vanished. The thin air. I don't know. And he breaks up the black guy, and he tells him to go and run, and he tries to get a car, and then the deputy shows up and just shoots him.
Yeah, just
and
point
then
blank. Yeah.
Jesus and his she's his ex, who I think is married to the deputy. I think.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't fucking know. And he looks at this and he sees this happen, and remember, he starts foaming at the mouth.
Yes. Okay, I know it's supposed to be a sad scene. His best friend just died. It's really bad because these backward-ass people killed him, and they're, super racist and everything. But it just comes off laughable.
Yeah.
Because he's growling like a grizzly bear.
Yeah, and foaming at the mouth. And the woman next to him keeps wiping his beard.
Yeah.
Remember? And she keeps wiping the foam off of his fucking beard.
As he's going into rabid animal
yeah.
state.
And then for he turns off the lights in the police station.
He takes off his boots.
And then runs outside and fucks him to death. No, I'm kidding. He chokes him to death.
Because he's
But
angry.
it looks like he starts humping him.
Now, a good movie would have done this effectively.
No.
They would have made it dramatic. They would have made it it's really racism is really bad. Look at all the bad stuff that happens when racism runs rampant in a town. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Because, again, racism is bad. But
no, Will, I didn't know that racism was bad until I watched
this movie. Right,
until I watched this movie.
Yep, you know what?
I did not know.
Right.
Now I understand.
No other movies have done it right except for JC.
Now I understand. Thank you, JC. No, you would have to have a very long conversation about improving this because everything about this is wrong.
I think this movie needs to be wiped off the face of the earth.
And I'm not even sure. I mean, the Jesus stuff barely even seems... Okay, let's say you remove the religious element. Then what? You still have the boring biker movie. You still have some guy who's his biker gang is integrated, so he doesn't believe in racism. What's the point of the religious stuff?
Nothing. They're supposed to be his disciples.
Mm-hmm. And yet they just act like normal bikers.
Yeah.
One of them even tries to rape his sister.
Yeah.
And then he just has consensual sex 2 minutes later.
Yeah.
You were remember? You were is that Judas? But no. They weren't that clever.
They didn't even go with that. No.
They weren't that clever. Well,
no.
They're not going to get that clever on you.
They couldn't go there. They couldn't do it.
He doesn't even get technically crucified. They shoot him.
Well, he lays down on the ground in the crucifixion position. Oh, we should also talk about when he's running through the streets and seeing all his dead biker buddies. Oh. He puts a quick cross on them. Yeah. And then he's driving out of town and sees one more, and he looks at him from his motorcycle and kisses his 2 fingers and then throws a kiss at the guy and then drives off
as quickly as possible. Quickly as possible.
Oh my god.
They were in a hurry to be done with this.
They could have... Okay, so say they could have done this. If they wanted to go with the racism route, what they could do is they're riding around. Mm-hmm. They're not even the town part. Mm-hmm. They're riding around, and one of their the black friend gets captured, right? Mm-hmm. And so they have to go on a rescue mission to save this guy because he was unjustly imprisoned.
I have a way to fix this.
Just fucking erase it?
Yes, but...
Delete it?
Here's how you fix this. Remove the religion shit, remove the hippie shit. Have a gang of, integrated bikers. White, black, Asian, anything you want. put it in there. Okay?
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And let's say, for sake of movie purposes, they run across like the KKK. Just have a movie with like integrated progressive bikers beating the fuck out of the KKK. That's it. That's it. Be done with it. At the very least, you'd have that thing called action. You might have something worth watching. Just have, if you want to go for that angle, like just have it like that.
Yeah.
But don't just try to put like, oh, he's holy because he sees an eye in the sky. He has
a blinking eye.
yeah,
In the sky.
and while he's sitting around in his fucking shit-stained underwear, he has a vision of Jesus. No. Fuck all that. Get rid of the hippie shit. Just make a movie about, like, racism and they try to make a commentary on, like, the problems of this era.
Right.
Because they talk about, like, draft dodgers and Vietnam and all this other stuff. It goes nowhere because if the movie's trash, none of that goes anywhere.
It struggles so much to find its like own identity that
No.
it just fails.
Who needs identity? Will that's their gimmick. The gimmick is, oh, there's all these other shitty biker movies, but our biker movie has Jesus.
Jesus Christ.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, this
That's
will sell.
That's the gimmick. That will quote unquote sell. Apparently,
Well,
even though there's only like
think it's sold.
there's only like 20 people who saw this thing.
Yeah,
So,
we're select members of that group.
Yeah, sorry, William, whatever the fuck his name is.
I will say this: stay very, and I mean very, far away from this film.
Yeah, this movie's on YouTube for free.
Don't
Mm-hmm.
you give them that in because it's shit. This movie's awful. If you can make it to the opening credits, then I applaud you. I wanted to turn it off in the first 5.
Here's what you do. You watch the opening credits, then watch the opening of the movie, you get to the shit-stained underwear, you zoom in on that, and then I want you to stare. I want you to
Into
stare
the eye.
at the shit-stained abyss for the next hour and 20 minutes, and there you go.
There it is.
There's your movie.
That's it.
You don't even have to play the whole thing. Just stare at the shit abyss, and there's your movie. And you know what? Whatever you make up in your head is better than what you're going to get. I guarantee it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Guarantee it.
Just fast forward to the shit-stained underwear, and there you go. That's the whole movie.
Do you like that thumbnail, Will?
Him being a carpenter. Yeah. This movie's even hard to find on YouTube. You have to search JC 1972.
Yeah.
And then it shows up.
Mm-hmm. Wow, slightly over 1,000 people have seen this on YouTube. But I would say out of those...
I doubt they've seen the whole thing.
I would say out of those, maybe like 5 have actually watched past the first 10 seconds.
We might be the only ones that have made it all the way
That
through.
have seen the whole thing.
Maybe.
Yeah. Because we even sat through the end credits, which aren't very long. Which, good or bad, I don't know. I don't know.
They're just credits, so.
Yeah.
But
They're very short.
I don't know. If you're gonna be a movie about racism, be a movie about racism.
Yeah.
If you're gonna be a movie about
And
bikers,
make it like, I don't know, effective?
make it better.
Yeah. Like make it horrifying.
Like
The scene where they beat up the black prisoner, you never see them on camera punching him.
Like, I feel like if you're gonna do that, you gotta make people feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
Like, you have to make people feel uneasy.
I agree.
Because it shouldn't be an easy thing to watch.
I agree.
It shouldn't be an easy thing to watch people get brutalized, get, like, murdered.
No, Will, when you watch a movie about racism, you should feel like how we felt during this, of just complete nothingness.
Like, so recently I watched a film called Mudbound. It's on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
You recommending a good movie, Will?
Yeah,
Shocking.
I am.
Shocking!
If you want a movie that's harrowing, that's about, like, you know, like a good movie about how bad, like, racism, like, how bad, like, it can be, watch that movie.
Yeah.
Because it's such an effective, because it gets so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It does. Like, there's, like, it already starts uncomfortable, and it gets uncomfortable. So, like, that's a good way to show like things are still fucked up, and they have been fucked up for a long time.
Are you saying this movie didn't fix racism?
No. I don't even think it tried. It barely tried.
Oh God.
That's the thing, though. I keep coming back to the racism thing because I think that's what that's one of the big focuses on the film.
Again, Easy Rider.
Yeah.
Because Easy Rider does have that strand of the old generation and the new.
Yeah.
It's much more subtle. Like, I'll admit it. I despise 99% of biker movies. I think most of them are just fucking trash. And, like...
Well, I think you'd be true on that.
Yes.
Most of them are
most of them are fucking awful.
Biker exploitation
yes.
films, yeah.
Like, Easy Rider is different because I wouldn't call it an exploitation movie. But there's similar themes about, like, people's closed-mindedness and things like that. And this... no. Unacceptable. Unacceptable.
I think in trying to be, like, open-minded, it was kind of closed-minded.
I think in trying to be open-minded, it had no mind.
No. It's fucking fishtailed all
Matter
over
of
the
fact,
place.
this movie's brain dead.
Like, this is our only podcast where we just complain about the movie the whole time. We barely broke it down.
There's nothing to break down. Nothing.
Yeah, because nothing happens. Like, they tricked us into thinking that this was an action movie. We watched it, and nothing happened.
Yeah, like, most websites list this as an action movie, and, I have issues.
There's nothing action about it.
Except...
Stuff happens.
The closest
sort of.
thing you get is that showdown at the end.
Yeah.
And even then, I don't count it.
Oh, well. Yeah, so that was JC.
Yeah. Anyways, racism is bad.
Racism is bad. Like, I want to reiterate that. It is very bad.
Regardless of what you may learn from JC.
It is very bad. I agree with that.
Racism is bad, and so is this movie.
Yeah.
How's that?
Exactly.
How's that for
maybe that's what he was going
a message?
for. Maybe that's what he was going for.
He made, like, no movies after this. So, I don't know. I think this movie may have broke the director.
Maybe. I would break me. It almost broke me.
I think, Will, you would break the director.
Oh, I would.
Yeah. Clearly, Will, you didn't pay attention to this movie's message of peace and non-violence, man.
I mean, I paid attention to it, but I don't think the director paid attention to what he was writing.
Writing?
Well, if he was even writing.
We haven't really mentioned it, but I'm pretty sure most of those scenes were ad-libs.
Yeah.
The scenes of the bikers, like, goofing around, they're not talking about anything.
Because they don't know. It feels like they have no direction. He just told them to talk.
Like, it's like a fucking mumblecore movie. All the time, they're, like, talking over one another, and the lines aren't, like, funny, but they're laughing at it, as if he just told them, like, say things and then laugh. Like, it's funny, whatever. Yeah.
Well, if you do want to watch it, I will never recommend this movie. It is on YouTube. We already said to search it, just JC and then parentheses 1972.
You'll get a lovely picture of Jesus staring at your, I don't know, maybe he's staring at his fucking underwear.
It'll be the first thumbnail. So yeah, that was JC. Now, I have kind of an announcement. So I will be gone for 2 weeks. So that I mean, are you gonna do solo episodes, or are we gonna continue this?
We'll continue this.
Okay. I'll be traveling out of the country for 2 weeks, but I'll be back and we'll do one, like as soon as possible.
Yeah, we'll continue the usual.
Yeah. So it'll be more towards the end of this month. So those of you that listen regularly, I am sorry about that. But we will get back into it. We'll get back into the regular swing of things. So I'm just taking a little break for a while.
Yeah. This movie forced you to go on vacation.
Yeah. This movie would have. If I hadn't already had it planned, this movie would have forced me to take a vacation.
Would have forced you to
I would have been like,
reevaluate.
sorry guys, you know what? I'm not even going on vacation. I'm just saying.
You're gonna go ride around, man.
Yep, I'm gonna go ride around, man. Just not do anything. Just
Not do anything,
just
man.
looking for something, man.
Eye in the sky
I'm
tells
just
me, man.
looking for something,
Just
man.
looking for something, man. Dig it? No.
Yeah, this movie can go fuck itself.
Yeah. Fuck this movie.
Yeah, fuck this movie.
Fuck this movie.
This movie is garbage. Yeah, so we'll see what happens in 2 weeks. But,
It'll be better.
anyway, for, they mostly come out at night, man. This has been Will.
This has been Alex, man.
And, yo, man, just peace, love, and...
Dope.
And prosperity, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smoke weed every day, man.
Yeah, dope, man.
Yeah.
Dig it, man.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you later, man.
Talk to you later.
Dig it, man.
Yeah.